Hey guys, it's Carla from Carla Drizzy, and today I'm going to be making a video. I haven't made a video in like 3 years. I really just took some time off just to gather myself because I was having a lot of self-esteem issues, a lot of issues in general, honestly, and I was just tired of just posting the same depressing crap that I was posting. Basically crying for help, like, oh, I'm so depressed, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, that stuff is just, I'm just over it. Like, I'm not gonna sit here on YouTube and, cry for help like that. But today I actually did want to do kind of a more sad topic, and I wanted to actually update, my bullying story, the things that I went through, being bullied and such, and how I overcame it, and where I am today. So, basically, my bullying issues started when I was in elementary school. People would always call me fat, twanky, ugly, leave me out of things, not want to be around me. And that was really hurtful for me just because I had tried so hard to fit in, and I had tried so hard to just be like, oh, I don't care what you say. But it was just, it was overwhelming, going to school and hearing that every day of your life was just draining. And so in elementary school, it was the worst time for me. In middle school, it improved a little bit, but it was still there. There were still people that, were haters and, would hate on how I would dress, because I used to dress, like, weird, I guess you could say. Like, I used to wear, like, a cute shirt, like, leggings, and, like, a skirt or a skirt every day. And, like, I would get hated on for it. They'd be like, why don't you wear jeans? Why don't you wear a dress? Why don't you wear, oh God, what was the other thing? Like capris or something like that. Just like basically questioning why I wore what I decided to wear. And I'm just like, why do you care? Why does it bother you? But yeah, that's basically like what I would get hated on for in middle school, was how I dressed and how I looked. It was never really like a deep thing like it was in elementary school. And then in high school, I really wasn't bullied. People didn't really come up to me and say, oh, you're fat, you're ugly, you're whatever. But it was to the point where people just ignored me. People just weren't, trying to include me in things. They didn't want to talk to me. They avoided me. And that was hurtful too. But in middle school, nobody really knows this, but I had sort of developed a eating disorder in a way. I wouldn't really eat lunch very often. If I did, it would be, small portions. I would literally I would get like nachos or something, and I would literally take the chips apart and just eat little by little. Like, I would not eat like the full chip because I was just trying to not eat. Like, I was trying to pace myself as much as possible, and that's a little bit crazy, but yeah, I would do that. And so that was really significant for me. So that was one thing, and that was nuts. So in high school, if people, I still had times where people would make comments towards me and call me fat or ugly or, whatever. And I would be like, what'd you just say? What'd you just say? And I literally, at one time I was at a gas station with my cousin, and we were getting drinks or something like that. We had just walked home from school, and there were kids from school that were there as well. And it was this guy, and he came in there, and he called me like a fat pig or something like that. And I was like, what the fuck did you just say? What the fuck did you just say? Literally punched him right in his fucking face. Like, I had no filter. I gave no fucks at this point of my life. Like, I was literally a savage. Like, no, like, it wasn't just, you know, that occasion. There were several occasions, but that one was the funniest. And, of course, my cousin, she's like, Carla, what are you doing? Like, she's grabbing my bag, like, what are you doing? Like, stop. And then the guy's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. It was pretty hysterical. You had to be there. But, yeah, so that happened, and that was kind of like my moment of where, that was like the first moment that I had really freaked out on somebody for saying something like that to me. And so that kind of showed people don't mess with me type of thing, but it was still to the point of where people were avoiding me and not wanting to be around me. So for my senior year, I got really depressed. I was in this really bad place. I was trying to figure myself out. I mean, I still kind of am, but not as much anymore. But basically, we had to do the senior presentation. It was writing a 10-page paper and having a presentation. And so my paper grade wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, but I did kind of throw it together last minute, and it really wasn't as great as it could have been. But my presentation grade was amazing. Exactly what I wanted, basically. So, well, really more than what I wanted. So this presentation, I worked on it for probably about 2 weeks on and off, but I was so passionate about the subject that I really didn't have to put a ton of time into it. I didn't really have to read off of a script or anything like that. So the day of my presentation, I went up there in my black polka dot dress and my straightened hair, and I was ready to rumble. Trust me, I was. So I get up there, you know, I'm a little bit nervous at first, but once I start talking and once I start showing my videos and once I start, you know, all that, I realized, you know, this is great. My project was on the effects of bullying, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to say that. But anyways, so we had to be up there. I think it was like a minimum of like 4 minutes or something like that. I don't even remember how long it was. No, maybe it was longer than that. I can't even remember. Sorry. It's been like over a year. But, so yeah, I was so happy doing this. Like, I literally, when I went up there and I put so much emotion into it, I had people, you know, people were shocked. You know, I had people crying. I had people, you know, just amazed by my presentation. And so that was really great for me. That was just kind of like, you know, oh, you see what you've done to me? You see what you've put me through all these years? You see now, you see. And it was just awesome. So at the end of my presentation, my friends, they all like started to stand up and clap, and like they started that whole thing, and then other people started to stand up and clap, and it was just amazing. Like, literally after my presentation, I had people come up and apologize to me for everything they had put me through when we were in school together, because I lived in one of those small communities where everybody knew everybody, you know, like went to school together, like almost everybody went to school together their whole lives, except for if you were a new kid, like, basically. So it was really great for me and really relieving. And, you know, I'm sure that, you know, that's not the end of my bullying situation and stuff, because I'm sure I'm going to get tons of hate on this video. Whatever, haters are going to hate. I don't care. Because I'm at a great place in my life. I have my own apartment with my boyfriend. We're doing great. You know, I'm working. I'm happy. I'm about to start school. I'm just great. And I really do not need the negativity in my life. But if you want to put it there, go ahead. Because it's really not even going to affect me. Because I've come so far. And for somebody, for me to let some rude comment or whatever bother me, is just ridiculous. Like, that's just, why would I do that? So yeah, I've come so far, honestly, and thank you guys for watching. I know I'm gonna get like no views on this right now, but thank you guys for watching, if you are watching. And I will be back with more videos, hopefully try to get some views, get my subscribers back up, since it's been 3 years, but you know. So yeah, bye.